can skip that, right? So, continuing. So the meeting was a bit longer than planned. Well, we did like another meeting too, which is good. So that was a good meeting for my kids. Just removing some stuff there. So I want to get some things more done. I extended this another hour. But let's go for it again. Actually, let's see what's the limit. Yeah, I thought so. So 149 minutes, but I won't be streaming that long anyway because I have to leave. And I have to make food for my kids before I leave. Yeah, so let's also see. Let's see. There, just checking everything. Let's close that one. This one should probably stop popping back and forth, as I've already collected. Yeah. So this output is a bit funny, but it created 2 files on the desktop. They were very basic. Oh. So let's go back to the machine. Let's see here. Yeah, T-minus 3 minutes. Oh, I turned the TTS off too. So let's see. So I realized I was like I should have raided, right? I should have maybe given up on getting some more done today. So start the TTS.
Connected to channel exit 42.
So we'll see. We'll see here. Let's just minimize these again. This is a bit slow. But this is what the file looked like. Byte array 1, and apparently this is just 256 characters, meaning it's just 00 to FF in there.
FixerBot says T-minus 2 minutes.
And then we have the roll. My god, I'm trying to scroll. And then we have the one that we cut from into the Python script that we had here. So it just uses this to create shards that wave, including all characters. I'm a bit curious what they'll do next, because null is in there. Right. So here they're removing null. As you can see, this time it said excluding. Okay. So I jumped ahead, eliminating bad characters. Now that we have identified the first bad character, we should use byte array again. No, I hopped too much.
Stream about to start. 1 minute left.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so I'm a bit tired of repetition here. So I guess we'll start it. And we'll look at the memory. And exactly this part, I think it's easier to do in a command one. Shh. Come on, machine. I did click tab. There. So, right, let's do this. So, it is paused. I'm thinking we'll just restart it. It is connected, attached. we have the file, so we will select to encode, and we will do, what was the file name? Oh, I guess it's chars, right? So first a pattern, then we control the length was correct, and then chars. So I think this is slow motion. I'm sorry. And we got in 42, 42, 42, 42 here. Exception, access violation. Yeah, that's a bit odd. Let's actually look at it again. So I'm restarting this. I'm going to go here and going to see what on earth we did last. So byte array, we got byte array and we used it. I'm trying to tab and it's slow. And this one, bad cars, it creates chars.wave. That's the one I used. And it uses bees for EIP. Okay, that's good. Because I was like, what? So we want it to crash that way. Yeah, so I see a good thing with this is that when I did it on the bit before, it does not crash, so I have to like set a breakpoint to do it. So I guess that is good, but we still have to find it in memory. I guess they will tell us, right? Let's actually read the text instead of just doing it. Open chars wave. Once we do, we can start comparing our input in memory and seeing whether any characters are missing. To do so, we can check the stack pane at the bottom right. That's where I was looking. We should be aligned exactly at the beginning of the input. Okay, so did I scroll this? So this is selected. We can now manually go through the stack line by line. Let's see. I just want to see what you see. And ensure that all hex values are present. From 00 to FF. As soon as I take a while, we would entirely rely on our eyes. We can miss character 2. We will once again use ERC to make the conversion for us. So yeah, this is the thing then. So first copy the address of ESP. So it doesn't do it automatically. Since this is, I mean, we couldn't type ESP in here. We probably can, right? Since this is where our input is located, we can do this by right-clicking on it and selecting copy value, or by clicking Ctrl+C. This is so annoying. So, so let's click ESP. Let's do, oh gosh, copy value. I'm sorry. Ah, my nose. I thought that was a good idea. Once we have the value of ESP, we can use ERC compare. No, not from this. Yes, I'm just getting my oldest some pancakes. It'll be 2 more minutes, I think. Max.
Desoden says.
Hi.
Translated from Tagalog.
It's ready. Yes, hi. I heard it. Welcome in. Yeah, so we're going to look at the stack here and see if we can find any bad character, which this is an odd way to do it for me. It's new.
What are you reversing?
This is this room. Let's actually hop over there. So sometimes my phone that I control stream with says I can't charge and then doesn't work, so no, there, so, no, it's this room or module, I guess it's called.
Is this door enabled?
This is a Windows 10 machine. I'm assuming it's not, right? But I'm guessing that they'll talk about that later, and maybe we will learn more things about it too. But I've done a lot on Linux before. But this one uses modern tools and modern stuff, and it's not like a VM that has Windows XP. It's Windows 10, and yeah, I'm assuming it's disabled because we'll see. Anyway, we're as we're in the program live, attaching to it. If there's a new address, you know, yeah. So nah, still not right. So it has to be disabled. I have to go get the pancakes. I'll be right back.
Wait, so what is your goal to finish the challenge? Fuck.
There, so I had to talk to my kids a bit too. So let's see. So I'm a bit tempted to keep streaming and not go train, but I think my body will be glad if I go train, right? So let's see. So let's copy ESP. And we have it right here. So also I saw so what is the goal? So this is not a challenge, it's a learning, because it's an academy, right? So this is the second time I look at one of these, and the other one was Linux. So I don't have a lot of experience of HTTP Academy, but I think the buffer overflow stuff is much more modern than other sites like TryHackMe, which is nice. Yeah, so we'll see. It does use a Python script for something that's very easy to type and really don't need a script, and it's using the ERC for something that we could kind of easily do ourselves, but I want to learn all the ways they do it. So ERC is a plugin to this x64 DBG that is an open source tool. So we are using the x32 DBG. So let's just quickly look. Now I'm curious.
Yeah, the stack is executable if you can overwrite the return address to go back to your shellcode.
Yeah, exactly. So we're going through this to learn all the new tools and the Windows specific stuff. DBG. And I want to find the GitHub and see when it was updated last. So I didn't click, it's just slow. So last update 2 weeks ago. So this is not like some kind of old thing that's not updated anymore, but it's also not new, 9 years ago here. So I mean, that means that it's like we should probably star it along with 44,400 other people, right? Seems like a nice thing. And there's a dark mode. That's like a good thing. If something doesn't have a dark mode, then it's old, right? And I am running streamer bot. It doesn't have to be old apparently either. Anyway, let's continue. So we want to test this ERC. So did I copy it? If I click, I think I've copied it twice now. Let's go to the log, because this is where we have the commands, and it didn't say anywhere. So ERC, and I have American keyboard, not Swedish, that I would prefer to have because that's what my keyboard is. So byte array. No, that's the old one. What? Did I like hop down? Yeah, I scrolled up before. So instead of looking at something you can't see, I scrolled up to check what name it had, right? Sorry. So let's see. ERC byte array. Bytes. No, but why would I copy that then? This command here, this is what we want. ERC compare. Let's actually be lazy. It's okay to be lazy sometimes, right? And meaning I overwrote my previous copy, so now we'll see the address. 14 F9. No, it's not the same, so let's copy this. And we're on Windows, we can just... Oh, it's so laggy, it's so laggy. So selecting text and you see how it jumps ahead with the selection. So now we got this output. Comparing memory regions starting at 2 bytes in the file. I guess this is good. So memory. So I don't understand how this will work later though. So there's no matches at all, right? So let's see if this is the result they had. No, they had zeros. So I thought this is like a bit funny. As we can see, this places each byte from both locations next to each other in order to quickly spot. So we still need to do the conversion ourselves. Oh yeah, so no, this is not for me. So it doesn't even do it automatically. It just puts them next to each other. Nah, we can do this better ourselves. So first of all, I'm going to look at the memory because I was like, is this really the right spot? So how do I unfreeze this thing? How do I get back to the ERC? I want to text it was here before, you know? I'll just redo it. Okay, we'll redo it. We'll restart it. We will run with our character starting with null. So it will freeze on the first one. And since these are after our EIP on the stack, it should start here. So now I know that this is the right one because I can see this, I can see this, I can see EIP here. And so one, or to remember it easily, I'll say 14 F9 74. Or it did. Okay. So it's not the same address now. And I guess we will run the command again. Actually, now we have the same number they have, which seems better. So now we can actually just paste this command and run it, and we do see but it's still null, the first one. So I don't think this is necessary, because you can just quickly check there are no nulls. So let's see, I just got a message. I'll just reply. Just sending a message, okay. Meeting time. So yeah, so it's easy to check that also that they are lined up, you know, the 8s, for example, and check that there are no nulls. That's usually, you know, you can see F0, 1, 2. You don't need to compare to anything to see this. And it doesn't compare automatically. I thought it would compare automatically. So let's see what it says now. So I'm a bit curious about this. Will compare? No, it won't. It will make us compare it by dividing both of our input in ASP and all characters that we generated earlier in the file. As we can see, this places each byte from both locations next to each other to quickly spot an issue. The output we seek is where all bytes from both locations are the same, with no differences whatsoever. However, we say that after the first character, no, I actually got all the same. So we're still not getting the same thing as they do. So they just had to know. For me, it's all the same. Isn't this wonderful? It's their machine we're on. We're not on ours or anything, you know? Yeah. Let's actually look at it manually. So let's hop back here. And I can see here 0, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, A, B. So these are very short lines, so looking at it manually in this might be harder, actually. But I'm assuming I can change the format of this. So I don't want it binary. So I know that this is a right, so we have here too. I haven't looked at the dump, but I did have it here. So let's see, dump 2, 3, 4, 5. We can just see here what we're at a very random address. So let's use this one. I saw this following dump. So following dump. This didn't give us the current values of it, did it? So, oh right, it follows this. I want this one. So how do I set what to show here? I want to set this. So we can copy address. Well, let's do that, but I want to show this memory. In another format. Following dump. Yeah, following dump. So now we can see all the letters and everything here, and we can easily see the pattern here that 0, 2, 1, 2, 2, 2, 3, 2, 4, 2, 5, 2, 6, 2, and so on. We can check that there are no nulls. So obviously this is like something is off. We didn't get the error we're supposed to get. And also this now shows this. What if I click here? Can I see, like, I want to... Is this just a log? Is this the last line of the log? No. Where can I see this? So this is like what happened, right? We can still see that the APS is 4, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2, 4, 2. 4, 2. And so I'm thinking of just changing this. But let's just read and see what their purpose is and see if there's any reason why we're doing this and if we can learn anything more. Because I thought this was useless. So that was better, just seeing it in the dump. We can see all the lines. Much better. This is still a manual comparison. To seeing it like this, we can do 3, 1, 3, 2, 3. This is much better. I just hopped there because I didn't. Did I miss showing it first? Anyway, so we didn't get this. We got the same data twice. This indicates that 0x00 truncated the remaining input. Kids calling. Yes, love. Vill du inte ha grädde till kladdkakan? Nu ska jag fixa kladdkaka till dig. Sen måste jag gå. Nu är det bara en liten kladdkaka. Okej. Jag kommer Linus. Jag går och stänger av här. Yeah, so I'll have to make more food for the kids. I'm thinking this was the shortest stream I've ever done because it's not really any point anymore to me just pausing it as I have to leave in 20 minutes or like 30 at least. So how long is the stream so far? 47 minutes. Oh, this is crazy. Yeah. So this was like just a post. One that I was going to finish. So I'm so sorry that I have to stop already. And I'm almost thinking I'll skip training and keep streaming, but I'll have to continue tomorrow. And tomorrow I'll start my time at 13. And I don't have training to run to. So, sorry for the very odd short stream where I was mostly not here, right? Better stop it before I'm mostly not here for half an hour more. And I also need to eat before I go. So... oh, let's see. So I think I saw something fun. We have security.
FixerBot says, time to move it. 10 high jumps redeemed.
Yeah, right. I don't have to go to...
Goaku says,
hi, Goaku.
Move it, hello.
Yes? Snart, gubben. Yeah, I got good. It was just ending stream. But sure, let's do it. Um, we're going to raid soon, but let's do some
In
jumps
stream?
first. Yeah, because I have to go and make more food for my kids, and I was like, I have to go to training in 30 minutes anyway, so I was like, bad timing. And this was supposed to be like,
High jumps next time.
maybe, yeah, cause I think I should probably like hurry and I'll have to fry some hamburgers and get some food for my other kid, or we'll see what it'll be. We can do this. I'll set the raid and then I'll start jumping. Right. This will be the wrong place to type. Let's put it here instead.
Nice compromise.
Yeah. So I hope you're good. How are you? Yeah, we'll do it like this. Mute tab.
Good, it's fall now.
Yeah, it's full. And right, I'm in the lower corner because we want to see the registers that are under my face here. That's why. So I didn't really do much this bit, but I think I got a bit clearer on what that I don't want to use this thing really. Let's just do the raid. There. And... Yes, gubben, jag kommer! Okej. Fråga Linus om hjälp om du inte kan fixa själv.
It's like five fix-it talking to each other.
Oh, yeah, they are. They're like... Yeah, so the raid is going. I guess I should just get started jumping, right? So... Oh, and I have training 18. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
50 high jumps on stream, amazing.
Yeah, right? Isn't that fun? Why did you say 50? Can't you see these? I think I could kind of do that in a good way, right? Yeah. So, Security Live
5 fix-its x 10
is
high
back.
jumps.
He's streaming. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So these are jumping now, all three here. So, for YouTube, I'm sending the URL for the raid.
Goaku says.
Goaku, hello.
Raid.
Fix it. Welcome in. Thanks for the raid. What were you up to today?
Fix It says.
Tomb Raid Fix It 42 Love. Buffer overflow stuff on Windows, testing HackTheBox Academy smile.
Freedom Dow says.
Is Swift an iOS app? Is Swift for Mac OS X?
Swift is a language. So previously, iOS apps were Objective-C, but then Swift was developed by someone at Apple as the new language for developing Mac and iOS. So Mac OS, iOS software. So Swift is a language.
Can we emulate Mac iOS software in PC Land? Or it's exclusive?
It can be done unofficially, and there's Hackintoshes or VMs that people have put together, but that's all below board at your own risk. I ran a Hackintosh like 15 years ago, and then I just said the hell with it. It doesn't make sense. I just bought a MacBook off Craigslist, and yeah. So now, then when they went Intel, I have MacBook, and then I triple boot, so I can do Mac, Linux, Windows, plus can virtualize with each one too. But the best bet is just to get a Mac, even if it's 4 or 5 years old, even older. Like you'd be fine.
Fixit says,
I have to raid and run, getting food to the kids before driving to training. Smile, I'll be listening and watching while driving. Smile, hope you're good. Smile, Fixit 42 love.
Freedom Dow says,
So it's more you need to get some Mac hardware then run Swift. That's really interesting.
Madam Fabulous says,
Yeah, they've made it really hard to virtualize. I threw a weekend at it and it came out pretty poorly.
I think you can run Mac stuff in AWS, so you could basically spin up a virtual Mac. Someone correct me if I'm wrong. So if you wanted to try some iOS development, that might be a possibility.
Freedom Dow says,
I was about to ask that. You know how to do in AWS, right, lol?
Pulp 2 says,
I run my OS X VM 3 years ago.
Freedom Dow says,
'Cause you're the wizard.
Introducing Amazon EC2.
That is loud. Where's the volume?
Mac instances, enabling you to run on-demand Mac OS workloads
Colin
in the
says,
cloud for the first time.
I have a Hackintosh
You can
laptop,
launch
but that's
Mac
been
OS
forever.
development environments in minutes. Create and reuse your configurations with customized Mac OS images. Scale capacity up and down as you build and test
What about
applications, and pay
Xcode
only
and-
for your actual
and
usage
GUIs?
with pay-as-you-go
That's just
pricing.
workloads.
EC2 Mac instances are built on the AWS Nitro system and combine Apple Mac Mini computers with the security,
Oh, they're actually just Mac
reliability,
Minis.
scalability, high performance, and geographic reach of the AWS
So you
global
probably can remote in.
infrastructure. This means you can quickly and confidently develop, build, test, and sign apps for Apple platforms. EC2 Mac instances can unify your heterogeneous development environments, reducing overhead and improving agility. And because they're part of the AWS cloud, you can use Mac instances with many other AWS services for storage, networking, management, and more. Getting started with Mac instances is easy. You can use the AWS Management Console, Command Line Interface, or SDKs. Get started today.
Or APIs. They left out
RN
APIs.
Ogumbi says,
Screen change when you said Mac Mini.
Oh. Desktop. So it was just more fluff graphics that didn't actually show anything. It was it was paper airplanes flying and magic and yeah, so there's a Mac Mini out there, desktop, inside a rack mount server.
Yeah, just letting you know.
Thank you.
Reliable.
Madam Fabulous says.
Lilo.
Okay. Okay, deep breath.
The Sultan says.
Hello, sir.
Hey, DeSoten.
DeSoten just followed.
Thank you for the follow and saying hello. I am doing some Mac development on a game I started 15 years ago with the goal of getting it released on the App Store sometime in the near future. So I'm trying to get it back to just a working state now. I was trying to refactor it to handle the cards differently, but now I broke something else. So do I go back? Oh, how far back do I go?
Game about what?
It's called What's Nuts. So it's a Texas Hold'em trainer type game. So unfortunately, it's not in the States. That's playable.
RN Ogumbi says.
It all about the nuts.
Yes, the nuts hand in Texas Hold'em is the concept. So it's basically the best hand possible for given Texas Hold'em community cards.
The Sultan says.
Do you play poker yourself?
Cybernair Dante says.
Top of the morning, fellow poker player.
I do play poker, but not professionally, or I have made a final table in a couple big tournaments. But in the long run, mostly play for enjoyment and
RN Ogumbi says.
Sorry again, my 12-year-old it's showing.
The Sultan says.
I play for fun too.
There was a period back in the early mid-2000s I was playing on the Heartland Poker Tour. So basically, you know, trying to get a big cash. Everyone has a dream of being a professional poker player who likes doing it, right? And it's fun to play. What would you say? 50% skill, 50% luck? But maybe I think it's more skill. Like if you're disciplined. So that's a problem. In the long run, you have to make consistent, disciplined decisions to be a professional poker player or successful tournament player. And you need a little luck too. So if you cash in a huge tournament, well, that can be your bankroll to bankroll cash games and tournaments, and you could ride that wave. But it takes investment and time to. You might have to play 20 tournaments before you get a big cash because of luck and skill. Like, anybody can suck out. Your hands don't always win. Aces don't always win. So if you're risking all your chips pre-flop, even if you have aces, that's a gamble. So when I play tournaments, like larger tournaments, free poker is a little different because there's nothing at stake other than your ego. But in big tournaments, like if, let's say a big stack, let's say you have pocket aces, you're in the World Series of Poker, and you're running deep, right? You're almost going to cash, and all of a sudden the chip leader at the table pushes you all in, and you have aces.
You also need to be a risk taker.
Right? So this is a scenario I bring up to folks who don't understand between discipline and gambling. So you have a huge stack too, but a bigger stack is at your table. And let's say you raise and they re-raise you all in. Like maybe they have kings, you have aces. Do you make that call or fold? You don't know what they have, but knowing that any hand can win. For me, I would fold aces in that situation, because you want to pick the battles where you're, generally you're ahead. Otherwise, you may have let's see what the hand difference would be. Odds for aces versus kings.
Or you blunder like crazy.
RN Ogumbi says.
More able being a good con to trick your opponent to F up.
The Sultan says.
Thumbs up.
Desktop. So it's 81% chance. That's what this is saying. Let's just say that's true. Oh, here we go. How often? So you still have.
Pickaxe.
There's that chance that aces could lose. So that's a gamble. However, if you play aces and flop a set, or you could get value out. And this is for long tournament. Let's say you have hour blind levels, right? So you, during the course of a tournament, it could last a day or two. Or the World Series of Poker, it's a 7-day tournament, basically. So, do you risk everything on a gamble that you could possibly lose, or do you just chuck them and play solid poker and try to get yourself in situations where you don't have to risk it all? But in tournaments, there will be cases where you do have to risk it all. Anyway, it's just one way to think about it.
RN Ogumbi says.
It depends on what is show on the flop.
Cybernair Dante
pre-flop.
says.
Daniel Negreanu equals the master of folding aces.
Yeah, so this is pre-flop. Flop is a different story. Aces, if you don't hit an ace on the flop and someone's pushing you all in, someone else could have flopped a set. That happens often. So you have to be able to fold aces, even if it's a low ball board. Sometimes in big tournaments, if someone's really pushing you and they're, they could be bluffing, but are you willing to take the gamble that someone didn't hit a better hand in the flop?
The Sultan says.
Are you good at handling yourself under pressure?
Yeah, usually pretty good, I think. Depends on what kind of pressure, I guess.
especially in scenarios like these.
Yeah, in poker scenarios.
RN Ogumby says.
Just saying.
All right, MacBook.
I'd pocket aces bet any other pair. Beat.
They're ahead pre-flop doesn't mean they're going to win.
Cyberneer Dante says.
True, but there are so many other outs.
The Sultan says.
I won with pocket twos more than pocket aces.
X Hay says.
Good day.
Hey, XA. Good day to you. All right, I got to get this code back to where it was. And the interface for get in Xcode is I would call it horrible. I'm going to call it horrible.
RN Ogumby says.
You got this, I believe in you.
Okay, is this the... I just don't... It's just not good. Like, I don't know what else to say. Like...
Fixit says.
I'll just have to accept I don't speak Pokerese, D.
RN Ogumby says.
Low.
Muted.
I should have known there was a bad kitty in chat. Hey, Nori.
The Sultan says.
I got muted?
Hey Chad, I'm upside down. I'm upside down, Chad.
Kitty says.
Hi dear Noiki one hi.
Translated from Italian.
I'm back.
Guess
Stream
who's
started.
back? Okay. MacBook. So I don't remember doing this even.